All right, we're going to do problems 1 through 5 on review day 16. Number 1 here gives us this graph, and it says of the following statements, which would be false. So the first one says that the limit as x approaches 2 exists. If we look at this, definitely it looks like it equals something at 2, so that is true. The limit at 3 exists. So we look at 3, and again, it sure does look like it equals something. That's all limit means. It doesn't matter that it's a sharp turn. That's more about being differentiable. The limits at both of these spots exist. The limit at 4 exists. Now that's more of a problem, right? We have a jump discontinuity. The left side and the right side are not coming to the same value, so that one does not. Now, the limit at 5 exists for sure. We're reaching a value right there. And f is continuous at 3. Again, continuous for sure. Differentiable, different story, but it is continuous. So C is the only one that was not true on that. For number 2, we're supposed to integrate these two, and so you just have to be a little careful on both. Now, one nice thing is, if you remember that the integral of 1 over x is natural log of absolute value of x, you can look at your choices, and you see that we can get rid of at least those 3, right? And then it just comes down to, would it be 5 halves e to the 2x or 5 e to the 2x? And the nice thing about this is we could just take the derivative of both of those and see which one gets us back to here. So the derivative of e to the 2x would be e to the 2x times 2. That 2 times 5 halves would get us back to 5. Whereas down here, when that 2 pops out, it would multiply the 5 and make 10, which is not what we want. So B is our choice here. Okay, now you can do a u sub it and do it, as if you didn't have any choices, and that's fine, but it's kind of a nice little thing about a multiple choice, right? But again, if you did it as a u sub, then u would be 2x, du would be 2 dx, and you'd kind of go that route and get to the same conclusion. Number 3 here says, what's the slope of the line tangent to here at 4? So we need to take the derivative of this, and you need to be a little careful here. dy dx is going to equal, derivative of natural log is 1 over 2x times the derivative of 2x, which is 2. Those 2's cancel, and so we actually, even though there's a 2x in there, the derivative is still just 1 over x. So when you put 4 into that, you're just going to get 1/4. Right, if you said A, you're on the right track. You just didn't have with the 2 there. All right. Number 4 is asking us to integrate this from 1 to 2. So this is going to be a u sub. U will be 2x plus 1. Du then will be 2 dx. So dx will be du over 2. All right, so integrate. 1 gets put in there. 2 plus 1 is 3. Put the 2 in. 4 plus 1 is 5, and we're going to get 1 over u du over 2. All right, so that's all my substitutions. I've made that for u, du over 2 for dx, switched my limits. So now I can pull that 1/2 out. I'm going to have the integral of 1 over u, which is natural log u, and we'll be doing that from 3 to 5. So we're going to end up with 1/2 times natural log 5 minus natural log 3. And that was option E. All right, so again, not too bad. Just do u sub and kind of trust yourself on it, and you should be fine there. All right. Now, last one gives us a table and tells us that h is equal to f of g of x. So this is a chain rule here. And we want to know what h prime is. So we're going to do h prime of x as the derivative of the outside function f, leave the inside function alone, times the derivative of the inside. This is something that we do really well when it's when we know and see what the functions are. But if we get this generic form, the AP kind of likes to see if we are okay even doing that. So let's follow what we wrote. H prime of 1 would be f prime of g of 1 times g prime 1. Okay, so g of 1, according to our table at 1, g is equal to 3. So g of 1 is equal to 3. So now what I'm going to do is go find f prime at 3, g prime 1, multiply those together. So f prime at 3 is 7, and g prime at 1 is negative 2. 7 times negative 2 is negative 14, and that's option B.